You've probably noticed it, right? Wellness isn't just for a small group of people anymore. It's a huge cultural movement. We're in the middle of this massive shift in how we think about health, and guess what? Tech is right at the center of it all. So let's dig in and figure out what's really driving this revolution.
Okay, to get a sense of just how big this is, look at this number, $9 trillion. That's the estimated total market for the wellness economy. I mean, it's just an absolutely staggering figure. It shows you the sheer economic force behind this trend. But the story isn't just about the size.
Yeah, what's even crazier is how fast it's growing. The wellness economy isn't just big, it's expanding at double the rate of traditional healthcare. Think about that for a second. This isn't just a blip, it's a fundamental change in where we're all choosing to put our time and money when it comes to our well-being.
So, what's behind this explosive growth? Well, it really all comes down to a huge generational shift. What we as consumers actually want from our health experiences. And younger generations are leading the charge here. Check this out. A whopping 70% of millennials and Gen Z prefer to take matters into their own hands. They're not just waiting around to get sick anymore. They want self-directed, preventative approaches that give them real control over their own wellness journey. It's all about being proactive, not reactive. And a big reason they want this control? It's because they're pretty fed up with the old model. 60%, more than half, of these same people see traditional healthcare as, impersonal and overpriced. They feel like it's this generic, one-size-fits-all system that just doesn't really get them as individuals. And that right there really gets to the heart of the problem. The demand is crystal clear. People want solutions that are available whenever they need them, that are personalized to their unique body and goals, and that are actually engaging enough to stick with. And that's exactly the gap that tech is now rushing to fill. Okay, so the consumer demand couldn't be more obvious, but meeting it? That's a whole other story. It's actually a huge challenge for businesses and retailers. There's this significant gap between what people are asking for and what most companies are actually able to deliver right now. The challenges kind of fall into three main buckets. First, you've got these fragmented journeys, right? Where your wellness data is scattered across a bunch of different apps and platforms, nothing talks to each other. Second, loyalty programs are often pretty ineffective because, let's be honest, they don't really connect to what truly motivates you on a health journey. And finally, trying to build a sophisticated wellness platform from scratch, it's incredibly complex and expensive. So what's the fix? Well, the solution is a totally new kind of platform. And the best way to think about it is like an operating system for your personal health, a central hub that finally brings everything together. So what is a wellness OS? Basically, it's this comprehensive platform that a brand can adopt and then customize to make it their own. It's what's called a white label solution. It uses all this cutting-edge tech to finally connect what consumers are screaming for with a retailer's ability to deliver it. It's the engine that powers a truly personalized wellness experience. So what's under the hood? What does this OS actually do? Well, this isn't just another simple app. We're talking about integrated habit tracking for your fitness and nutrition, AI that gives you smart recommendations for products, and even deep insights from your own genetic and biomarker data. And on top of all that, a loyalty system that actually rewards you for staying consistent. The whole point is to create one seamless, intelligent experience. And you might think this sounds complicated for a business to set up, but it's surprisingly simple. It's really just a four-step process. You start with a consultation, then you customize the branding, and then comes the seamless integration. And here's the kicker. It requires no code and, this is huge, has zero upfront costs. This makes all this advanced wellness tech accessible to brands of all sizes, not just the giants. Okay, so the tech is clearly powerful, and it's designed to be easy for brands to implement. But does it work? What about the actual results? Let's take a look at the real-world impact this has on personalization, loyalty, and yeah, revenue. First off, engagement just skyrockets. We're seeing platforms that use a wellness OS get a 2 to 3 times increase in their daily active users. It just goes to show when an experience is truly personal and genuinely useful, people come back to it day after day. And it's not just a one-time thing. Those users actually stick around. These super personalized journeys lead to 58% higher retention rates compared to those generic cookie-cutter approaches. That's the power of making someone feel seen and understood on their own health journey. And you can really see the difference side by side. The old traditional approach, it often leads to users just falling off. But the personalized journey you get with a wellness OS, that fosters a much stronger, more sustained connection. That's where you get that 58% higher retention and a 47% boost in user satisfaction. People aren't just using it more, they're clearly way happier with the whole experience. And for any business, this is really the bottom line, right? All of that deep engagement, the daily use, the high retention, the satisfaction, it all translates directly into a higher customer lifetime value, or LTV. At the end of the day, it's about creating a more valuable, long-term relationship with every single customer. And we're not talking about small change here. That value is substantial. We're talking about a lifetime value ranging from $650 to $1,000 per customer. And that's all driven by that sustained loyalty and those smart AI-powered recommendations that are actually helpful to the user. And this really says it all. AI isn't just some buzzword here. It's the actual engine that creates a deeper, more meaningful relationship between a brand and its customers. And that's what creates loyalty that really lasts. All right, so let's bring this all together. What does all of this mean for the future? Well, it really points to a brand new dynamic between our health, our data, and the companies we interact with every day. So let's just quickly run through the key takeaways. First, the wellness economy is this massive, consumer-driven shift. It's not top-down, it's bottom-up. Second, we, the consumers, are demanding personalized and accessible health solutions that the old models just can't offer. Third, a wellness OS is the kind of tech that bridges this gap for retailers and brands. And finally, that deep personalization, that's the key that unlocks real engagement, true loyalty, and ultimately, business growth. And that leaves us with a final, pretty big thought to chew on. As this AI-driven personalization gets smarter and more integrated into every part of our lives, are we heading towards a future where pretty much every purchase, from the groceries you buy to the gym you join, becomes a carefully considered health decision? It's definitely something to think about.